Hey guys!
Welcome to our first ever
episode of
Between
the
Dark
Ness. It's Christina.
and Stefan. And welcome, guys.
Welcome. We're excited.
Great to have you within Christina's RV for the first time.
Yes, we're just like cooking in my little tin metal RV here with my dog chilling.
Yeah, the skinwalker.
The
She's got shifty eyes. I'm still gonna continue with that.
Watch, she's gonna turn and look at you and be like, "Stop talking about me."
She's gonna be like, "Listen, bitch,
Listen here, motherfucker.
I will eat your soul." Yeah, welcome, guys. This is different for us because we don't necessarily have a script.
I know, we don't have any. We didn't do any research.
We don't have a idea of how to go about this, but I guess we're just gonna go at it, give it a go.
So, like, as y'all have probably seen on our TikTok and Facebook, Stefan was home alone last night, so sorry, I have birds. We're just gonna cut them out.
You don't have birds. The forest outside, remember?
It's the forest outside.
We just came from an adventure.
I thought we were on the beach.
That's what you said. Oh yeah, we're on the beach. We have tropical birds. Something just farted.
Oh, it's my it just got sucked up into the fan. It's my
Oh, you're from
yeah. You smell it now?
Just you just have a ghost walking through.
I think it's hilarious.
One.
Like every now and then I'll look over and it looks like a ghost just took a fart dust. Because it's so low, it's so funny. I had it there, but I would forget and I'd be standing there and it would hit me in the face. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Who just spit at me?
So I was like, I'd rather have it cooch level.
Cooch level. You know.
Air that
safety
out.
Level.
Safety level. If it's going to spray some lips, it's going to be the bottom ones.
Pre-precautions. Oh my gosh.
Anyways. So I just saw Stefan was by himself, so I took it upon myself to just go over to his house to play video games because we're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
And, anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, and then we discussed, like, what we wanted to talk about here. So we made a list of a few things that we thought would be cool. So let's get into it.
Yeah. We don't have a script. We just have stuff.
Yeah, we literally just wrote, like, 4 topics.
Okay. Let's ease into it with, like, a little icebreaker. Like we're on our first date. We're virgins.
We're virgins. Bear with us. We're tight. And innocent.
This is so
uncomfortable.
Okay, what is currently a song you can't stop hearing in your head or whatever? Like, randomly, like, you're washing dishes and you just, like, hear the song.
Oh, well, right. Currently today, you just heard me singing it.
Oh.
And sisters.
Oh my gosh. From this TikTok video.
Yeah. So right now, today, that's in my head, but otherwise it's peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Ah.
Oh my gosh, Christina.
It plays in my head all the fucking time, rent free. Just stays there.
Oh my goodness.
What about you? What song is yours right now?
I would probably have to go with a Nightwish song, and I believe it's Story Time. It's very specific. I was watching like reaction videos to it, so like that's been in my head for like a minute. But just the opening of the instrumental song of it.
Are you one of those people who have to hear like a song 30 million times before you get tired of it? Like you play it in a loop?
Oh no, I have to hear it in
some people do that, and I don't understand why. I just go to another song, and then I'll come back later that day or the next day.
Same though. Well, for me, it's more like it's definitely a song that I have to hear, but I'd like to like give it like a little surprise, like flavor. Let me give some other songs, and then I'll come back to it again.
All right, so now you know a little of our music taste.
Yes, it's Nightwish, guys. Check out Nightwish if you haven't heard of them. I remember in high school, I was such an Evanescence elitist that I was like, any other band that was somewhat similar? No.
It's trash.
They're just copying Evanescence. But I recently listened to it. I watched a reaction video a few, like 2, 3 years ago. 4, 5. It was hold on, 2019, 2018, 2019. I watched a reaction video. Oh, that was a minute ago, bitch.
4 years? Yeah.
And, was it? Probably.
2019.
Well, I listened to it and I was like, oh my god, who was this? And I was like, Nightwish, really? And it was like really impressive because it was Ghost Love Score, and I'm sure everybody who does know Nightwish is like, oh yeah, he watched the Wacken open air concert, and I'm like, yeah, I can't stop not listening. I cannot not listen to it. Yeah, it's definitely a good band. Check them out if you like are looking for something different. It's metal and symphonic, so.
Well, my interaction with them, I don't know if you remember this. I've never heard them before, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, have you heard of Nightwish? And I was like, Night who? Nightfish? Nightwish? What? And you're like, oh, it's this band. And I was like, no, I haven't. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you pick this reaction video.
Couple.
Yeah. And this guy and this girl are just like full on crying. And I stare at you like, what the fuck?
No, you didn't stare at me. You were staring at the TV trying to compose yourself, not like make fun of it. Like you were holding it in.
Okay, low key, I thought that you've already saw this video and you felt the same way as them. So I was just like, I don't want to be rude.
But you couldn't hide your face.
I know.
She was like doing like imagine you're like holding your composure but looking up and your cheeks are going up with this somewhat half smile but all holding it in, so you're like quivering, so it's like, and you're like, are you fucking joking?
And I didn't want to press my lips like I usually do because then it'll look like I'm hiding something. So I was just like, sour face.
It's so funny. Definitely a cringy video because they're like being so dramatic, just reacting to it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Full on bawling.
This is the greatest the greatest voice ever. It just speaks to me. And I was just like, the fuck are they smoking? I need it because
I've never felt this way about anything before.
Yeah. Oh,
but yeah, definitely check out Nightwish. It's a really good band. Yeah, it's definitely a fun rabbit hole to go down onto. So yeah.
Have you ever had anyone like show
go down
you?
On you? Oh, huh? What?
Go down. I feel like yes, that's a yes for you. That's a yes for both of us. Just saying. Anyways, no, have you ever had someone like show you a video, probably me, where they were super excited to show you like their favorite song or whatever, and you just didn't like it? I've probably done it. I probably showed you something and you're like, this is trash.
If you did, I don't remember.
And you probably would have told me.
I'd have been like, eh.
No, this is my favorite. You go like this. You do like this face thing and you're like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Is that it?
Well, you've never really showed me a video.
Yeah, because you ruined it for me. I'm just kidding. No, I usually just send them to you. I did show you, I showed you something.
The last time you showed me anything remotely close to what I like to show you, like I like to show you all the music videos that I like, was back in high school that I physically remember was that Pink song. And she's basically reenacting Misery, but with like a golf club or something like that.
I don't remember it.
Anyways, you're showing me it, and I was like...
But probably because I was obsessed with Pink.
Mm-hmm.
The color and the artist.
I mean, it was Hot Pink, whatever, Gmail.
Hot Pink Tina at hotmail.com.
Hotmail, there you go.
But it don't work no more. I can't get in. So
didn't they, like, close their site?
Yeah. I don't know, because one of my patients had a Hotmail account, so it's still there. But I think it's called MSN now or something like that. Microsoft Network.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Just get right into it. No,
oh my gosh.
Should
I mean, if you want to.
Or should we do, since we're talking about memories, should we do
Oh
that
my
one?
god, yes.
Right.
Hold on, give me a second, let me think. Do you have one locked and loaded?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so
Is it something I did?
No.
Oh.
I'm trying to think, cringiest memory. Was it something that I did or someone else did?
Either. Something cringy.
I just think most recent was the cringiest was how I used to pluck my brows.
Oh my god, the thinness. I didn't believe this until you showed me pictures, and I was like, oh, you used to do your eyebrows that way. Yeah, I have a few of them. It literally, what did you call it, a wisp?
Yeah, it was like a whisper of an eyebrow.
Should we post pictures?
No.
You're
Unless
like,
they
I'm
send
trying
in
to
stories.
find them. Yeah. Oh, wait. We could post them on our future Patreon.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah,
We'll do a comparison. I even have pictures of us in high school that I'm going to wait until we do a Patreon.
You have pictures of us in high school?
The yearbook photos.
You have like the one from when I was in freshman.
I have all the yearbooks.
I was only in 1 year.
Oh. I mean, I have some photos of you. I have one that I even have one from
Band.
that you gave me that you were in elementary school, I think, or something. So your mom gave it to me. I have it somewhere. I have one of your old badge.
Oh, yes,
from
yes,
high
yes,
school.
yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
I was obsessed with Stefan's mushroom top head haircut.
It's like anime perfect.
Yeah.
Bowl.
So I kept like every photo I can find.
Oh my gosh.
And I now even have obtained some of Greg that you showed me.
Oh yeah,
and
I
I
do
took
have
pictures of him.
Yeah.
I just need some baby photos of him.
Oh my god, he has photos. They're on his Facebook. He has like a little rat tail. It's hilarious, the Mexican rat tail.
Oh gosh, I could see it. I could see him pulling that.
It worked.
I wonder if he ever wanted to do the mohawk, whatever trend.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I could ask him.
I could see him pulling that off as a kid.
That's hilarious. He was, okay, back to the subject. Cringiest moment for you. One of the most recent ones. What's a cringy moment? Cringiest memory.
Most recent.
It doesn't even have to be anything, like, so far out there, but how it just, like, messes you up. Kind of like how when somebody says, hi, how's it going? Oh, thank you, you too. Or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've gotten the ick before.
No. Cringe.
Cringe.
Cringe is where you're like, oh my god.
Cringe.
I don't want to be here right now.
I mean, besides people having fights and awkward, like, hats in front of you, and then they try to bring you in, and I'm like, yeah, no, don't do that. No.
No.
Let me see. What about one time at work when I was in Telly? One of my coworkers, and I've never ever done this to them before or did anything, but they would always be like, can I get an oh yeah? You remember those?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So he did that, and I wouldn't say it, and so he like came up behind me, and because they were talking about his dick size. I don't know if he's gonna listen to this, but they were talking about his dick size earlier, and I was just like, I want nothing about that. I don't want to know, because I saw him like a brother, and he just like came up behind my ear, and he went 6 inches, and like whispered in my ear, and I was like, I literally went, and I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Why would you? Oh my god.
It's like literally, he was like my brother. It was like hearing that your brother, like what your brother has.
It's like
pants.
knowing that your brother
no.
gets erections and gets horny. It's like.
And I'm sorry, but I don't think he's really 6 inches.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So later on, when he like talked to me about it, because he was all like, "Did you hear what I whispered?" And I was like, "Yes, don't ever do that again." I don't know if I was more disgusted with the fact that you gave me something I don't want to know, like information, or that you just breathe your hot air down the back of my neck. Either way, I'm physically ill right now.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a running joke for a while. People would come up behind me and go, 6 inches.
Oh no.
And I was like, shut up. Because I full on was like disgusted that it was loud and everybody heard about it, and it, small units, wildfire. It's just like wildfire. It just spread. And they're like coming up behind me, 6 inches.
Oh no.
And I'm like, stop it. But yeah, that was my recent, even though, mind you, it was like 2-3 years ago or whatever. But that was the recent one that, like, I'm still disgusted by it. I just got a little, like, that's something I don't need to know.
It just someone coming up behind you and just saying that.
Yeah.
They're like, don't. That's just all sorts of wrong. Rude. I'd sue him.
For defamation.
There
Just
you go.
kidding. Oh, Jesus.
So,
all right, you pick one.
Okay. Audacity. The audacity.
The audacity.
Okay. When have you ever had a moment when you're just like, how do you have the audacity to talk to me like that? Do you want me to bring up a moment or something of this
Yeah.
sort? Okay.
Well, I think of one that isn't just, happening last week.
Okay. Ooh, this is a work-related situation when I used to work at this one warehouse. It's like the worst. I don't know why I stayed there so long. Anyways.
The one with no AC?
Hmm?
The one with no AC that you hated? Okay.
So here's the thing. I used to work with these two guys. One of them was my manager. The other one was a recent hire, and I'd already been there for like 3 years. And so they were like talking and whatnot, and apparently for some reason they're talking about how much they get paid and how he wants this guy to get paid more. And I was like, oh, I mean, sure, if you want to get paid more, go ask. I mean, why not? And they brought it up. They're like, yeah, he's making $15.50 at the time, but this is like back in 2019, I think. And I was like, you get how much? And he was like, yeah, I get such and such. And then Ricky's like, yeah, I make such and such. And I was like, well, I can understand you because you're the manager. Why is he getting paid that much? And they're like, well, they just went off his wage from his previous job that he left for this one. And I was like,
it's a new job.
I was like, oh,
should base it on what you or other employees make,
And I was like, they're like, why? How much do you make? And I was like, I only make $14. And they're like, you only make $14 an hour, and you've been here for how long? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, that's fucking weird, because you, like, work harder than literally both of us. And I was like, I know. This is why I'm starting to get heated. So then I go and Ricky starts asking Ronnie why I'm only making this much, and AJ's making that much, and he's literally just a material handler, and I'm literally handling 3 different technical departments by myself. And so then he was, like, asking for that. And then she comes up and she's like, yeah, we're going to push your raise up and da-da-da-da-da. And it was literally up to, like, $1.50 more.
So they matched you at his current pay?
Mm-hmm.
$15.50?
And then I was like, this is the part where I'm like, the audacity. So she comes up to me after Ricky leaves and whatnot, and she's like, hey, Steph, can I talk to you for a second? I was like, what's up? She's like, so what do you think about the whole raise? Isn't that exciting? And I'm like, I guess I'm getting equal pay finally. I was like, okay, but here's the other part. She's like, so I just wanted to say, Ricky was telling me how this situation got brought up, and I just wanted to say that, it's not part of our company's policy to talk about wages between each other, and
they always fucking say that.
And I'm like, oh, and so we'd like to keep it hush-hush and whatnot. Don't talk about it to any other people because it just creates an uncomfortable environment for everyone and whatnot. And then I'm just like, oh, okay. And so then she's like, yeah, okay, bye. And I was like, bye. And I thought about it, and I was like, and I Googled it, and it's like, no, they can't.
They can't tell you to do
that. They
that.
can't enact that. If they did say that, it's like, then you have the right to sue. By them telling you to not talk about your wages and whatnot. And I was like, damn it, I wish I knew that then.
Well, I know it because I follow that Veronica chick.
Mm-hmm.
Where she's like, okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of them is, she's like, no, whatever it is, Jennifer, you can't tell us not to talk about our pay, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
So
and here's
like,
another part of that
true.
story about with this lady. Ricky was like, hey, has she gotten back to you about your raise and whatnot that we talked about? I was like, no, she said that she was talking with the owner about upping her raise and whatnot. And he's like, oh, because she told me that he approved it back in January. Granted, it's already June. And he was
so
like...
they weren't going to do it if it wasn't brought up.
And then I was like, oh, so she's just holding out on changing my pay rate. And he's like... I could ask her again. I was like, no, I'm going to bring it up to her. So then I spoke to her. I was like, the CEO approved my pay rate. Why hasn't it hit my account for the past however many months? And she was like, oh, there's just some things that we're, like, finalizing and whatnot, and we have to be sure and whatnot. And it just, like, irked the shit out of me.
No, it takes next pay period.
So, yeah.
Not 6 months.
So that's my audacity, the audacity of a bitch.
Oh, my
I can't believe I stayed there that long.
My Audacity, the one that like pissed me off, and like I kind of got my thick skin for working, was my first like real job, and it was Walmart, and I was doing back in stock at the one in Buda. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking call it out because the whole shit was just ridiculous. So I was doing night shift, and we had this manager. She had like barely any teeth, and you know, saggy titties. And she used to be a stripper, and now she's like 70. And anyways, so she was like, I'm gonna treat y'all like I treated my girls, because we were all girls. And I was just like, okay, like I didn't know what she was meaning because I was fucking new. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So she would make comments like, bitch, I need you to work faster. Like she'd make like stuff like that. And I just let it go because I was just like, well, maybe that's how management talks to their employees. Cause I don't know, or supervisor. She was a supervisor. Because I didn't know, this is my first like real job. But when I was doing something and she goes like, whistles, snaps her finger, and she's like, bitch, come here right now. Come here, bitch. Come on, bitch. And sorry. My dog. I was like, I looked behind me. I was like, oh, hell no. You're not talking to me, are you? And she's like, do you see anyone else? Come. Be a good little bitch and come to your master. And I was just like, I literally pinched myself and I was like, am I hearing this right? And she was all like, are you going to be a good bitch or a bad bitch? Like, get your fucking ass over here. I'm not going to say it again. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I'm quitting. No. I took your cuss words. That right there pushed me over. And I was like, good luck to you, because none of these fuckers work and I bust my ass. I'm sure they got you on camera saying that. There's so many cameras back here. I'll be fine. And I'll talk to the store manager in the morning. And she was just like, looking at me with her jaw dropped, and I was all like, yeah, pick up your mouth, because you're the ones who said those words. So, peace. So I walked out. I didn't think much about it. You know, I was just like, fuck it. I was really upset. Who I was living with, I told them the story. They're like, you need to bring it up to the manager in the morning. I'm like, okay. Before I can even call them that morning, literally, when the manager came in was at 8 o'clock. I guess she came in at 8, and they told her, because everybody at work, because I made a big scene, because they were like, where are you going? And some of the employees heard what she said to me, and the others that were in the front, they're like, why are you leaving? And I was like, because that bitch. And I told them what was said and everything, and I was like, I'm out. And I had been there like 10 months, and they were wanting to teach me like to use the super lift, and they wanted to like get me into a supervisor role for the intake part, where I like would make it more smooth coming in, because I had all these ideas and I was trying to make the place better. And anyways, at 8:10 on the dot, 8:10. So I guess the store manager came in. They had told her everything. She had talked to her, and in the span of 10 minutes, immediately calls me. And she was all like, is this Christina? And I was like, yes, can I know who I'm speaking to? And she goes, this is so-and-so. I'm not going to say her name, because she was actually really nice. This is so-and-so. I'm the store manager. And I was just like, oh, okay. So did you get my resignation
letter?
Yeah. Walkout, and I'm not doing 2 weeks. Like, I'm done, and I'm looking into stuff. I don't know if I need to sue her for her work. And then she's like, no, like, please don't use those words. Because I was like, I'm going to sue her. It was a hostile work environment. And she was just like, no, let's talk about this. She goes, what do I need to do to get you back? Like, and I was like, for starters, you can fire her. And she goes, well, I can't fire her because none of it was recorded. Our cameras were down that night, and it's just like he said, she said. I said, no, it's she said, everyone said, because everybody heard it. And she was all like, well, she was like, what we could do is, while everything's under investigation, we could just make it to where y'all work separate. And I was like, what part of I am not working anymore do you not understand? And she like was quiet for a second, and she was like, is there anything, because I know your numbers, you're one of our top employees, I cannot lose you. I said, 2 things. You fire her now, and I'll come back to night shift, or I've been asking her to day shift, and she could stay night shift, and I'll come day shift. And you're going to teach me cashier stuff, because I'm tired of being in the back. well, we can't do that because we're staffed on the day shift. And I was all like, all right, then again, I'm sure this is recorded. I quit and I'm not coming in. Thank you for this opportunity.
However, I'm leaving.
However, because of that hostile work environment that I endured every night from manager blah blah blah, I will not be working for your establishment. And it was like this huge thing, and it was under investigation, but nothing went to trial or anything like that because they didn't ask me if I wanted to, because it was like he said she said she said, so there wasn't any concrete proof. But I had to go shopping there for something one day, and who do I see during the day supervising? This bitch is wearing a bra now, so her titties are up. She got veneers, and she's day shift. So not only did she get a raise, most likely, went to day shift, but she got a whole new dental plan. And I was like, okay, so that's how you treat your employees. You're gonna lift up the assholes instead of cutting them out. Because of her actions, I was the only one that quit. Because even right before me, because they were tired of how they were being treated, 3 people had quit. 2 of them did finish their 2 weeks. And of course, the thing I hate, and I feel like every job does this, I'm just going to call it out, is they made their last shifts like fucking terrible and gave them all the hard stuff. And I noticed that right away for one guy, and I felt really bad because the whole reason why he was quitting was because he pulled his discs, like really hurt his back, and he couldn't really lift, and they had him in the freezer section, which it's really hard because not only are you fucking cold, and I don't know if you've ever had like back problems or anything like that, but the cold just really sucks. So I was like, no dude, we're switching. And he was like, no, we can't switch all the time. And I was like, I got a jacket, I'm good. I'm strapped up. I had my girdle thing on, my back straight, I'm good. You're gonna take my thing. And he was like, all right, if you're okay with it. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, they're not gonna fucking run your body down on your last shifts. Like, I'm surprised you're staying. I would have left.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have done the 2 weeks. But yeah, the audacity that bitch would say that stuff, and then furthermore, she gets rewarded at the end. And that is why, people, you do not work for Walmart.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the audacity of these people.
Audacity of these bitches. But yeah, and that was also my first like real job, so it like kind of scarred me. And then of course I was kind of struggling to get a job because I had done a walkout.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever done that, but they ask you like what happened, and I can't just say like I had to tell them what happened.
That's when you say I signed an NDA, and they can't ask anymore.
See, I didn't know that shit.
That's when you say I signed a non-disclosure addendum or whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time I was like, because I said you can talk to them about it, but this was just the gist of it. I was being mistreated by a supervisor. And I was like, in addition, I had been asking to go to day shift, which always the jobs I was applying for were day shift, and it kept getting denied. And then even in the moment where I was like, I can't do this anymore, I quit, and they asked me, what can we do to keep you? I said day shift, and they still wouldn't make any accommodation, so I couldn't go back because I was like, I wasn't going to work on the same shift as the supervisor who was verbally abusing me. Those are the words I chose. And so they were usually like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we don't do like that here. We like to elevate our employees. You know how they are. And then my next job ended up being Best Buy, and I actually really loved it, surprisingly. I loved everyone that I worked with, but then at the same time, about like 7 months in, I got the hospital job, and I had to choose one, and I made more at the hospital. It was like a whole, it was $9.50 at Best Buy an hour, and the hospital was $11.35 at the time. So I went towards the hospital, but it was really sad because when I went in, it was a day off of mine. I came in and I saw my manager, and I was like, hey man, can I talk to you for a second? And he was like, oh yes, I actually really want to talk to you, but you're not scheduled today. And I was like, yeah, no, I was just doing some shopping and I wanted to talk to you. And because, discount, but I'm going to use it. And I came in and he was like, shoot, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, so the dreaded conversation I have to have with you is I'm officially going to put in my 2 weeks. But I said, if you need it, I can do a little bit more because I'm not doing my transition from part-time to full-time at the hospital yet until this time, so I could do a month. And he was just sitting there like bobbing his head, and he goes, can I tell you something? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, super sad because I love you. You're one of my best employees. But secondly, my news to you was we wanted to start the process of making you supervisor your next shift. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, it's okay. You have to go where you got to go. You want to make a difference. Because at the time I was like, I want to be a nurse.
Well, before we continue, tell me one more cringy moment.
Oh my God. Okay, because we talked about it. All right. So we were talking about another cringe moment that that had happened to me.
Don't worry, I'll tell one of my own.
Okay, good. So I said that I was going down on this guy. So I was sucking his dick, and it was dirty.
Ew.
So I was already like, but I was drunk,
Describe
so I just kept going.
I'm just kidding.
Days old. I'm just kidding.
It was like you had spotted dick.
So I had spotted dick. I had mutton dick.
You had cheese dick.
Cheese dick.
Fermented cheese.
Anyway, so I barely started going down on him, and he just groans and he goes, "Oh, you do it so much more better than my ex." And I knew who his ex was, and so I stopped and I looked up and I was like, "Don't do that." And he goes,
no.
And he goes, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Just don't do that." And then I went back to it, even though I was like, "This is disgusting," but I kept at it because I'm a slut.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Right when he said that, I would have just gotten up and just left without a word. I'd have been like, I can't.
No, because okay, so
well, you were a slut. So.
Yeah, the thing with me is, with enough alcohol, I need to have sex. I just need to. It's like in my body, it needs to come out. But that was back in the day. Now I'm just like, peace, and I go rub it out because, and when in doubt, rub one out. You don't need no man. I have toys. So, yeah, I continued, and then I thought, I'm going to forget about this anyways, but I didn't because you still remember shit. And I ended up having a conversation with him next day, and I said, hey, if we're going to continue doing stuff, you need to shower more. I literally said it like that. I was like, you need to shower more. And then also, don't bring up your ex. That's too close. It's like, because I know her, so don't do it.
Oh my God.
As soon as he said it, I was like, oh, cringe.
Do I know this person?
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't know all of my endeavors.
Your endeavors, oh my goodness.
Especially with one of my ex-friends, I've done a lot of things that I'm questioning my choices in life.
Oh my.
And I've maybe told you less than half of them.
Oh my gosh. That's so ew. I could never if somebody was like, oh my God. Or like, what if he was in you and he was like, ooh, you feel better than.
Okay. Second cringe. The same day, the same time. That's why I was like, I had to have a conversation with him after, because when we were having sex and I was on him, riding him, he was just like, oh, you feel so much more better than I can imagine. And I was like, oh yeah? And he was like, yeah, so much more better than so-and-so. And I was like, I literally stopped. I said, what did I say? And he goes, I'm so sorry. Keep going. I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop. And I was like, all right. So I kept going, and he came like that. Ew. And I didn't even come. And I was like,
if y'all guys can't see, but I'm shaking my hands like, no.
That was like, it was so weird. I like vibed with this guy emotionally, but sexually it was just like iffy. I just wish it was a little better.
Oh, that's just so ugh. Okay, let me think of my cringy moment. Let me think of something sexual.
Yeah, because if you're gonna do one, it has to be sexual to match my energy.
There's so many. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, though, your forest of souls. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'll tell you about my. I don't know if it's like awkward or cringy, but I'm gonna say it regardless. The first time this was in middle school, and I was watching this movie with a friend, and it was this, you remember that movie Sheena that I let you borrow?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a scene where she's like standing there sideways, and if you pause it right, you can see her coochie.
Okay.
She's not wearing underwear. So I zoomed in because my friend was like, oh my god, I think I can see it. And I was like, what? He pointed it out. And so then I zoomed in on it because I had this, like, bougie DVD player that you could zoom in on. Well, anyways, I looked over and I noticed in his pants that they were getting hard.
Oh, no.
That's not the cringe part. So we started talking more about it, and, like, I was, like, gonna, like, zoom into another part because I thought there was another part for them. But then I pressed the wrong button and it went back to the menu screen. And right when I pressed the menu screen, my parents opened the door. And thankfully, it wasn't paused and zoomed in on that. And I was like, oh, okay, that was, like, alarming. And I was like, they're like, hey, get ready. We're about to, like, no, they asked her, like, hey, are your parents going to come pick up your friend or whatever? And then I was like, I don't know, are they? And then they were like, yeah, I can call them, I think, or something like that. And they were like, all right. So then, what is it? They closed the door and we kept watching it. And then I went back to the scene. And then they were, like, getting obviously more visibly hard. And then they were like, hey, what if, like, have you ever thought about, like, doing anything sexual with, like, friends before? And then I was like, what do you mean? And then they were like, you know, like, have you ever messed around or something like that? So then it had started turning into him, like, stroking himself through his pants. And then I was...
in front of you?
Yeah.
Looking
and then,
at you?
Yeah. And then looking at the
God.
TV and then back at me. And then I was like, what, do you want me to touch it? And he's like, if you want. And so then middle school me, I'm like, sure, I'll touch it.
Middle school slut right
Why
here.
not? Sure. So then I started rubbing it. And then he was like, do you want to see it? And then I was like, why not? So he pulls it out. And then he was like, do you want to, like, I don't know, like, suck it or something? And I was like, ew, no. In reality, I was like, yes.
Yes, put it in my mouth like yesterday.
Today. But then I was like, ew, did I say that? Ew, no, I didn't say that. But then I was like, not right now, because, I mean, I don't know, my parents could walk in really quick and whatnot. You should probably put that away. So then he was like, all right. So then they zipped it up and they were walking around the room pacing. And then I was like, all right, well, I guess just finish the movie or something like that. And then we started watching some more. And they were still visibly hard and, like, pre-cummy because there was, like, a spot forming on his jeans.
Oh, God.
And so then I stopped the movie and I was like, so your parents come to pick you up and something like that? And then they just interrupted and they're like, why don't we go, like, go to the restroom or something like that, and, like, you can suck it in there, we can lock the door and everything like that, because my bedroom didn't have a door lock.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I mean...
Here's the thing, though, like, the first thing that would pop in my head is my parents would think it would be weird if we were both in the bathroom at the same time.
Exactly. But we still went.
Yeah,
So then we went in there.
I mean, your bathroom was pretty spacious.
And,
there's room to stand and get on your knees.
And do other stuff.
Yeah.
And so then they pulled down their pants and their dick was all hard and I was just stroking it. I was sitting on the toilet in front of them stroking it. Oh my god, it's just flooding all back, that whole moment. And then they were like, I saw like pre-cum dripping and then like, I forgot what happened, but he like licked it, I think. And then next thing you know...
Licked his own pre-cum? What?
I think the guys were like trying to like talk about who, like previously other days before on the bus, because it was me and this person and this person, they were talking in a group, and then they were like, so have y'all guys, like, because we were in, like, that health class, and they were talking about, like, coming and whatnot, and then they were like, well, we haven't started coming yet, like, when we, like, relieve ourselves, because...
I didn't get to take that health class. I came too late.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I did hear, like, I got a crash course of it, because I started my period, and they were like, how do you not know what your period is? And I told them I didn't take the health class. So they had the nurse teach me everything in, like...
2 seconds.
Like an hour. It was a lot.
I
was just like this, I want to go home.
But, so then I was like, hey, you said you can, like, come, like, the white stuff comes out. And then he was like, yeah, and I was like, well, show me. I want to know what it is, because I wasn't coming yet, like, physically, like, producing sperm. Yeah. And so then I was like, all right. And he's like, well, I need a little help. And so then I kept stroking it. And then he was like, no, like a little more help. And so then I started sucking it. And then he switched positions, and I started on the toilet. Then we moved to the floor where he was like sprawled out. Then I was like, oh my god, I heard footsteps in my hallway. And I was like, oh no. So then he started like jacking off harder. And then I was like, my dad is coming. Get the fuck up and put your pants on. And then all I heard is push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Hey, why is the door locked? What's going on in there? And then I was like, could you fucking bitch it? And so then they put their pants on really fast, and then they got in the corner, and I was like, sit down on the fucking toilet. And he's like, alright. And so then he sat down, and then I was like, standing there, and then I slowly unlocked the door, and I was like, it is unlocked. And then my dad walks in, he's like, what are y'all doing in here with the door locked? And I was like, it's locked? Oh, my bad. No, he was
Kids
just
are so
asking,
stupid.
and I don't know why I believe this made sense. But I was like, yeah, I was just telling him about the story about this, like, Native American on this shower curtain, like the story that we learned in history class, and he doesn't stay in the same class as me. But I was just telling him about the story about it and whatnot. It's, like, really interesting and whatnot. And my dad's like, all right, well, I'm going to take you home. And then, so then they went and he got his little skateboard. And so then they were like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and take them home. And then they were like, all right, well, I'll see you later. And I'm like, all right, bye. And then I just, like, slowly crept into my room as I left. And then they called me, and they were like, that was the most awkward fucking ride to my house. And I was like, why? And he was like, he asked me, what were y'all doing? And they were y'all playing with each other's dicks or something? And he was like, no.
I love your dad. He was straight to it. Were y'all playing with y'all's dicks? What the fuck were y'all doing?
And I'm like, and I thought about it, and I think about it now. I was like, that was so unbelievable. The door was locked. 2 boys are in there. I mean, I wasn't answering the door fast enough.
And puberty, like, your dad's like, I'm not fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was one of my cringe moments from middle school.
Oh, God.
Kids are dumb. That was one of my cringy moments from middle school. There are so many more
Ugh.
that I could tell you about. How would you feel in that situation getting caught? Like, because I know you had a situation with a friend in high school. What if y'all got caught messing like that? Like, your grandpa walked in or something, or, like, knocked on your door.
Well, I mean...
But y'all were already sleeping in the room, so...
Well, with mine, are you talking about one of my girlfriends?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't know I was bi, so they probably just thought that we were hanging out and it was a sleepover.
Oh, so you already had that. Lucky.
Yeah. And whenever we did things, like sexual things and all that, it was at like 2 a.m. It was like super early.
Oh my gosh. I learned that lesson and started walking the neighborhood.
Mine was, so...
a cat on the prowl.
Unfortunately, my room was right next to my grandpa's.
Oh no, so y'all couldn't be like...
alone.
Any noise.
Yeah, we couldn't make any noise. So he had a routine back in the day when he would go outside to go smoking or drinking or whatever. And so I used to time it. How like into it I got. So I would time it. And those would be the times that we would do stuff. And as soon as he came back in, we would stop. And we would just kind of like sexually stare at each other. And like play with each other's hands. And
get all handsy and
yeah.
Oh my god.
And like we had a movie playing and we would just like mess around and stuff. And then when I knew he was gonna go out for another drink or smoke or whatever, we would get back into it.
Come here.
Because back in the day I didn't have a lock on my door.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had one, but it just ripped out so easily.
Well,
it was so embarrassing too because I like screwed it into my wall, but I didn't put like a stud finder or anything like that. Oh my gosh. So like I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Let me try it. And it went out of the fucking wall, and I was like, oh.
Well, when I got older, you know, and I was having titties and I was on my period and stuff, I didn't want my grandpa to just like pop in my room whenever he wanted. So I was like, I need a lock on my door. So he, smart ass, got the one where you can unlock it with the coin. So he's like, okay, we can do this. But if I feel like something's happening, I'm coming in. Like, I'm going to knock and say I'm coming in. And he was like, if there's boys over, that door stays open. Because at one time when I was dating...
Blork.
When I was dating Blork, you know, our mutual Blork, I had he closed the door, and I said, you can't close my door. And he goes, we're not doing anything. We're just sitting on the bed talking. And I was like, yeah, that is exactly what we're doing. That's all we're doing. With the door open.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, why? What's going to happen? And before I even said anything, my grandpa, boom, this door stays fucking open. And Blork was like, yes, sir. And I was like, that.
Mm.
And he was like, okay. Door stays open. I was like, yeah. And in my head, I didn't say it out loud because I didn't really like Blork. But back in the day, like when I would get more sexual and I wanted to do stuff during the day, up at the pond, which my grandpa never really went up there, we had like a cover port stuff, and I'd be up there. I used to even sunbathe naked up there.
Mm.
Which I really hope there wasn't like a creepy neighbor with binoculars like looking over.
Pretty
I have no idea. But my grandpa just never went up there. I don't know if it's because he saw us naked or something, but he just never went up there when we were up there.
Well, what do you want to talk about next?
Oh, you want to talk about respect?
Sure.
So the one I wanted to talk about, so I'll go first. It's also about Blork. Because I didn't have really any respect with him. Like, he didn't have any towards me, which, looking back, it was apparent, like, very obvious. But at the time, I was just like, no means no. Like, why aren't you listening to me? Like, blah, 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 blah. And he didn't care about my feelings or what I was saying. And one instant, we were finally going to go on a date out somewhere, which my grandma took me to because, we didn't drive. And neither did he. And so she drove us. And we went to go see a date movie, I think it was. We were sitting there. And he made a comment about it on one of our phone conversations because I was, like, always on the phone with him. Because ultimately, Blork and I were besties. Like, we talked all the time. I really didn't plan on dating him. I meant it as a joke. I had just stopped dating someone. And he was like, if I was your boyfriend, I would treat you right. And I was like, right, you should just be my boyfriend. But I meant it as a joke. And then that just escalated. And I just couldn't break up with him. But I never, like, really made out with him or did anything.
Anyways, yeah, went to the movies, date movie.
Yeah, so date movie, he had made a comment the other night on the phone where he was talking about how he watched a porn movie, and I just felt it, like, or he watched, like, some porn, and I just found it very ick. I didn't want to talk to him about that. So I was like, can we not talk about that? And he goes, well, can I just tell you what happened? And I was like, I really don't want to hear it. And he was like, well, I thought it'd be really cool if we did it at the movies. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And so then I was intrigued, and I was like, okay, tell me, what is this porn video that you watched? And he was like, okay, so it starts off with them at the house, because it wasn't an actual movie theater, but this guy, like, sits next to, or no, this girl, like, sits next to this guy, and she asked to eat some of his popcorn, and he was like, yeah, sure. So she ate a little bit, and then he took off the fake top part that had a little bit of popcorn, and she went to go reach in, and it was his dick, and it was hard, and she was all like, ooh, and he goes, and then you can just imagine what happened. On the other end, like, he's telling me this stuff, and I'm just looking like, alright, so I thought, maybe it's just me. And then I was like, no, it's just super gross, and the fact that you're telling me this, and we're literally going to go to the movies tomorrow, you better not try that shit. So I said it out loud. Well, you better not try that shit with me. He was like, oh, no, I promise I'm not going to. I was like, then why the fuck bring it up? Oh, I just thought it was hot. And I was like, I don't. That's fucking disgusting.
No. Don't do that.
So I stated no.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, we're going to the movie theater. It's like a flood. We're just, like, walking into the movie theater together right now in my head. So Blort and I were going... Such a weird name. We're going to go see the movie. He gets popcorn. And I looked at him. I inspected the popcorn. I said, okay. We went to the movies. We went to go sit down, but I had to go to the bathroom. So I said, I'll be right back. Well, I came back, and he was like, do you want some popcorn? Which I don't really like popcorn. But I was just like, oh, it's a big-ass thing. I didn't want to be mean. So I went, and I grabbed a few, and he started giggling. And I immediately thought about our conversation yesterday, and I stared at him, and I was like, what? And he was just like, I just thought about our conversation yesterday right now. And, yeah, you want to dig a little deeper into that popcorn? And I was like, no, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. And he goes like, check. And I was like, I'm not going to. That's a fuck no. And he was like, just do it. Just put your hand in it. And I was like, I grabbed the popcorn, I lifted it, and there was nothing there, but he did have like a little semi. I literally was like, fuck you, you're disgusting. I went over one seat and I put the popcorn between us.
Oh my gosh.
Just like this. And then it was like an awkward ride home, because at this point it's my grandma and my sister in the front, and it's me and him, and I'm still fucking pissed about what happened. And he's like whispering, trying to like talk to me, and he's like, are you really that upset with me? And yes. And I was like, yes. And then he said something, and I couldn't hear him, so I turned around and I was like, what? And I said it like that. And he went in to like kiss my cheek or something to say sorry. I don't know, I didn't hear it. And our lips touched. And I immediately went back and I was like, ew. And my sister's in the front seat, and she like turned around, she goes, what? And I was like, ew, he just kissed me. And my sister goes, he's your boyfriend, that's what they do. And I was like, don't do that, Blork. And my grandma started giggling.
Ew.
And he goes, can we at least still hold hands? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, let me see. And I was touching his hand, and I was like, no, you're sweaty.
Oh my gosh.
And then we dropped him off at home, and the rest of the ride from his house to my house, which is, not that far, my sister's like, do you even like him?
No.
Do you even want to date him? And I was like, no, I don't even know how I started dating him, honestly.
It happened so fast.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't find him sexually attractive. Or I said, I don't find him attractive. I didn't say the sexual part, because
Grandma's there?
Yeah. And my grandma was like, just break up with him. And I was like, ugh. And I told her the story. I know, and then I told her the story, and she's like, oh, you got guilt tripped. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, I think he just like really pushed himself on you. And I was like, okay. And then fast forward, he had some stuff happen. I went over there trying to be like helpful and stuff, and he tried to do a pass at me at his house. And I was like, I already told you when we started dating, I'm not having sex with you. And he goes, oh, you were serious about that? And I'm like, 100%. And he goes, but you had sex with the girls. And I was like, I'm not fucking getting pregnant in high school. And I don't want to suck your dick. And I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Oh
so,
my God.
It was very awkward. But he did not respect me. That's what it came down to.
In any situation. Wow.
Yeah. We know how that ended. It was with cheating. And stuff happened. And I thought.
Wow. Yeah, people, respect your partners regardless of how fresh your relationship is. And even if you seem to joke consistently, just know that people do still have boundaries, even if they joke about it.
Yeah, even if, and I had that other thing that happened. I'm not going to say when it happened, but when someone says no, they mean no. And
what did they say? No is a full sentence?
Yeah. I said no, and there's a period there. Okay. And when you don't respect it, and you think you can do whatever you want, it's not cool.
That's when you view the person you're with as less than. And it's just fucked up.
So, block by.
Yeah. Respect people. If you want respect, you gotta give it. Vice versa.
Needless to say, Blork and I are not even social friends.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What about you?
A moment of, respect or something like that.
Yeah. With a partner, friend. While you're thinking about it, I was telling Stefan, we should go, speaking Traumahood. I said, I want to go do, a video, where we just, go walk around an old neighborhood. I was like, Lockhart. And he goes, what would we do? And I was like, we could go there to look at my old childhood trauma, my Traumahood. And I could be like, so this is where I was raised and raped.
This is dramatic, docu-series.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Family in the background. Who the fuck are y'all?
Stop filming our house. Can we come inside?
You, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I was like, we were laughing so hard, and I was like, this is so fucked up.
Laughing about a trauma. So this is the closet. Look, there's the hot dog.
There's the hot dog that is still left over. And the cockroaches I slept with.
What's up, fam?
What's up, fam? Bam, bam. They were there for me.
It's been so long. Oh my gosh.
We didn't think we'd ever see you. Good thing we never die.
Ever. Not even through an atomic murder, mass murder, or whatever. I have one. I have one with a friend from the past. We'll call this person
Glork.
Sharon.
Sharon.
So Sharon was a really good friend that I worked with, and we were really chill, we were really close and whatnot. But then we started hanging out in person. It was really cool. We started bonding really well. Sharon was way older than me.
Way.
Like way.
Like doubles?
Yeah.
Or triples?
Just doubles.
Okay.
But this is when I was working at that same place with that one whatever. Well, anyways, this person left before way before that whole event, but regardless, we were really close, and so we went over one time to go chill with them. And we brought food. We were like, oh my god, we're ready to hang out. How you doing? They were texting me and whatnot. And so then I was like, hey, we're here at your house. Where are you at? Do you need us to pick up anything else? We got food. We got da-da-da. They went silent. And we're like, hello? And we were like literally at his front door knocking, waiting, like, are you here? Do we need to go meet you somewheres? Are you okay? They didn't hear anything. So then...
Were you at the right place?
Yes.
Okay.
So then, after a while, we were waiting. It had already been like 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And we're like sitting in the car and waiting, and we're like, well, they haven't responded or said anything. Should we just leave? And we're like, well, I guess so. And granted, this is the middle of the work week. This is a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go back to the apartment, and we'll just warm up our food, and our Chinese food, and we'll go eat it.
Yeah.
So we did that, and granted, we went out of our way from where we lived all the way to another part in Cedar Park to pick up food from there and go all the way down towards near South Austin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you went like way out of the way.
And so this is like, or like not South Austin, but really close, like Runberg.
Oh, okay.
And so we went like this way and then drove all the way back to this way. Like, it was just ridiculous. Well, anyways, so we went there, and then they didn't respond, and so then we went back home. The next day, they came in, they were acting all shy and whatnot. I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, we went over your place, and we got food, but you didn't respond. Are you okay? And they were like, oh, yeah, I was just talking with my financer about my home, and it just took too long and whatnot. And I'm like, for you to not text me back? Okay, whatever. So then, eventually, a few months later, they quit, and they disappeared, and I didn't hear from them. And then they messaged me back. And they were like, hey, Boo Boo Kitty, how you doing? Let's go hang out and whatnot. And so then I was like, oh, cool, they're back. And it was really chill. We hung out at their place. And then, like, we went and exploring and whatnot. And then one night, I guess they were having, like, a drunk whatever. And they were like, oh, my God, I'm over at this drag queen club. And it's so chill and blah, 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 blah. And look, girl, I'm looking for a new best friend to come chill and come to the clubs with me. And you are the one. And I'm like, okay. But I didn't see this message until like a few hours later. And then no, the next morning, because I mean they messaged me at like 2 in the morning. And so then I was,
while clubbing.
And I was like, okay. So then I messaged them back and I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry I missed your message, but I would love to hang out with you some more and whatnot. How about we hang out this Friday? There's actually this restaurant that me and Greg have been wanting to hang out with. Would you want to hang out with us? I was like, it'd be really cool because it's like specifically for 3 people. It'd be great to have you over, Sharon. And then they didn't say anything. And then like I'm like, well, okay. 2 weeks go by. 3 weeks go by. Years have gone by now. And then out of nowhere, I get a message. Hey there, how you doing? I miss you, boo. And then I'm like, wow, you are a fucking asshole. Like, how do you just drop me in the pinch of a dime, not even respond to me like, hey, I'm gonna be really busy, I might not respond to you for a while, or like anything. And like, I don't know. That's just a moment of like, am I your friend or am I just somebody to take up your time for the time being?
Yeah.
And so that's when I chose. I was like, this person doesn't respect me, doesn't respect our friendship at least.
Was
So
it recently, too?
yeah, very recently that they
Mm.
messaged me, but it was like 2021 the last time we messaged, and then it's already what 2023 that they finally hit me up, and I'm like, I didn't know if this person was dead or not. Like I don't follow their
So
socials
what
because
did
they
you
don't have socials.
yeah. What did you respond?
Nothing. I personally took it upon myself to say, you know what? In that moment, I chose to not bother with it because clearly they've done it multiple times before that they like
Yeah.
ghost me and Greg or just me specifically, and then they come up and they act like everything's all perfect. Not that I haven't had that with other friendships before, but it's like I see you doing your own thing. This person, I don't see them. They don't tell me anything until we hang out, and that's it. Because they don't have socials. They don't do that. They don't do Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. They're like old school. And I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with that because what if one day I like just see your picture on TV like this person's dead or some shit.
Or like, the one time you look at the newspaper.
The one time that I get a newspaper for 5 cents. No, yeah, it's just really fucked up because it's like I'm not gonna be that person who's gonna drop everything to go hang out with you in that situation with when it's been years, unless I know that this is like something that like it's a life thing when it's literally just a habit for this person.
Yeah.
So it's like that was a moment that I was like, this person doesn't respect our friendship, and I'm not willing to put myself through that right now. So yeah.
Well, I'm very proud of you for making that decision. I know it is very hard.
It's just really shitty when people don't respect you for you or your friendship, and it's wow, this person's really choosing to like ignore me entirely to go do their own thing versus them just simply responding like, hey, I'm getting really busy right now, I'm sorry if I can't hang out or something like that. But it's just that dead silence. It's like, wow, I feel like I'm in a really like abusive relationship where you're just ghosting me and then just using me. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to partake in that because I'm like, I don't let guys do that to me. I'm not gonna let somebody who's just a friend, a supposed friend, do that to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, just people who use people. It's just like you're being really shitty at this point. And it's like, and if you can't realize it, and then I don't know. I've heard worse stories with people like that I work with where they're like even their own family members abuse them in that situation where they like use them for their benefit, and then when you start making like what is it? They start gaining things for themselves, like a good thing, like they get a new car or like they get a new mattress or something like that. Their family's always like, well, I have a better one or something like that, or like, yeah, you couldn't have done that without my help. And it's like, why can't you just be proud of this person, happy
Yeah.
for them? And it's like, why does it always have to be about you? And so yeah, it's like people, it's like you people can be like assholes to you, whether they're family, blood, friendships, or whatnot. But it's just a matter of like how you want to respond to that relationship, with the fact of like, do I want to put myself through that, or is this something that we can talk about, and are they willing to meet me halfway there? And if they're always going to play the victim in the situation versus them saying like, you know what, you're right, I fucked up, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to work it, and you can visually see it. They're like, hey, sorry I like snapped at you, or like, hey, sorry I like made it about me this last week. I know it was like your moment and you were trying to be happy for it. And it's like, if you can't even do that, it's like, do you have to ask yourself, do they respect you, your friendship, and what y'all have?
Yeah.
Or is it just something that is there for them to pull when they get lonely or they need somebody to vent or use for their own emotional benefit?
Mhm.
So
Well, that kind of segues the next topic that we had down, the family issue.
yeah, yeah.
So I did have a question.
Mhm.
I know we didn't really specify it when we were jotting these thoughts down, but do you think there's a difference between when you have fights with families or like disagreements or whatever versus with friends, or are they the same to you?
Well, here's the thing. With family, I don't like splitting it from friends because regardless, it's the same way. In the sense of we're gonna meet. Like, I'm not, like, melding with you of any sort, like, or doing something special ritual or something of the sort. It's more like, yeah, we may be related, but it's like you're treating me like an asshole.
Yeah.
Or, you're treating me like I'm lesser, or like,
Just
you're
yeah.
using your customer service voice on me, and I don't appreciate that. It's
Just
like,
because we're related doesn't mean that you
doesn't
get
give
to
you
get
the right.
away with how you treat someone.
Exactly. And it's like, and then that also leads back to, okay, since we're family, shouldn't you be treating me with more respect than you do with your friends who you're showing more respect to?
Yeah.
Or showing more leniency towards? Or more
Because
understanding
if
towards?
you're going to put up with shit with your friends, then you need to do the same thing with your family and vice versa. Because I do feel like friends are kind of the family that you choose because it's the people that you put around you. And unfortunately, with family, and I say unfortunately because one side of my family that I unfortunately have the name of, I don't associate with, and I don't surround myself with them. Shit, what was I gonna say?
Like society's balance or
Oh yeah,
ideal
just because
ideologies?
we're fucking related doesn't mean that I'm gonna put what you say or what you do to the back burner. You're my family, so I do have a different level of respect that should be towards me. And when you're not matching that or meeting it, then you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And in my case, it was um, the lack of trusting or believing in me just because I'm a child at the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And that just speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, you gotta go.
It's really fucked up when family doesn't believe, or like they're willing to cast doubt on their own family. That leads to another thing, actually. I brought it up before, but
Like on the pod or.
yeah, before. What is up with families but willing to accept the family pedophile,
Oh, yeah.
but what is it? Push away or sever ties and drop this child that
The
just so
victim.
happens to be either the victim or even just having a separate value, like they're gay or
Oh, yeah.
something of the sort. It's like, so this person's choosing to say they like somebody of the same gender, or they like both, or they
So,
have.
like, sorry to cut you off. So, like, in the sense of you go to your family, you say, I like boys.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're like, ew, you need to leave our family. And then your response is, oh, you'll keep
The Uncle
the
Tom.
Uncle Tom that fucks boys, rapes them, but you won't keep me just because I say I don't love, like, I love the same gender. I
Mm-hmm.
don't follow the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit's just fucking ridiculous.
But like I said on that one episode, I forgot what it was where I mentioned it, but with the ideology, it's like, how does like, I'm sure I know it like stems from trauma from their childhood too, like they were raised this way, like this
Yeah,
is
when
such
you're
wrong and
raised a
whatnot.
certain way.
But
But it's
you
all in
can,
how you perceive it and stuff.
and it's also how you present it too, and handle it.
All right, and then lastly, we just had this little joke thing, um, where we wanted to ask each other which superhero or which superpower we would have, and then the other person has to state, like, okay, you
There's
can
a
have.
catch.
Yeah. So when I was trying to ask, like, well, what are you meaning? And then he goes, I don't know, like, give me a superpower. And I don't know why I thought about this, but I just did. I was like, well, what if it was like Magneto, and but I only controlled copper. So like I could raise copper pot like pennies or wires, and then or no, I said did I state the pennies part or you
You
said
said the pennies, and then they're
okay.
like, so yeah, I was picking up all your pennies.
Well, and I was like, so what would it be? And he goes, well, that was it. Like you would have said my power would have been like um uh not telekinesis. What's the other one?
I was like, well, I said, I was like, what if it's like telekinesis, but every time you do telekinesis, you get like, I don't know, like you can only lift up certain things, and then you were like, what if
Oh,
it was
like
copper?
copper.
Or like copper.
Yeah.
Cotton.
And then I was like, yeah, and you know how like, okay, I remember now. And I was like, you know how Magneto has the metal helmet and outfit or whatever? Or I think it's just the helmet. And I said, well, what if mine was copper? And then my whole outfit was copper, pennies. And then he was like, so you're walking around like a coin purse, just going ching, ching, ching. I was like, yeah, watch out, bitch.
What is your name?
So you know how he's called Magneto? Mine was Copperpedo or something like that.
Oh, no. No, what is it? Copperito.
Copperito.
And then I was like, it just sounds like a cop in a burrito.
I was like, I'm coming at ya.
Okay, so what superpower would you want? And I'll pick a catch.
Okay. I want to have flight.
Flight?
I want to fly.
Okay, you can fly, right? But you have to fly flapping your hands all the time.
So I have to go. I thought you were going to say, like, you can fly, but it's more like a hover.
No, you can fly, but as long as your hands don't get tired.
I mean, at that point, like, I could get, like, a mechanic, whatever, that moves my arms for me. So I don't have to use any strength. It just moves my arms.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's another catch then. Anytime, like, okay, so here's the problem, though. You get so used to it, you get buff. That
oh
you,
my
like...
God, I get swole.
You get swole. And, like,
So-
you're swinging doors open.
I barely go to, like, touch something, and it's like, whoosh-ah, across the room.
Flinging a whole laptop into space.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God. Why am I imagining, maybe because we talked about it the other day, but the general guy or whatever on that Tooth Fairy show. We were just talking about it the other day. What are those Tooth Fairy? Wanda and
Oh, yeah.
little Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I forgot what his name is, but it's like Captain something or whatever, and he's like the buff one, and he has that giant.
Oh, I thought I sent you a TikTok of a guy cosplaying as him. I think I know what you're talking about.
So what if from all of that flying with my arms, I look like that?
Oh my gosh. I mean, some guys are into that. Chicks too.
Look at my
Swole.
muscles. Swole.
Or whatever
I'll take you flying. All right.
Just hold on to my waist.
I gotta keep up with my strength. What would be your superpower?
Okay. I don't want to pick my usual one, which is Storm. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
repetition.
I remember we were talking about that.
I want to be able to create shadows. Like, do shadow magic or something like that. Like a superpower with the shadows. Like, I can leap through shadows, control shadows, do things like that.
You can do that. But it can only be for cats' shadows.
I can control cat shadows.
Yeah.
There has to be a cat nearby all the time.
It's a pussy in the dark.
You better watch out.
I'm gonna get that alley cat.
Hold on. You just see me running to go find a cat.
Wait, I need your shadow. I need a transport.
Oh my god. So
Good luck catching them bitches.
the nearest cat is only 3 blocks away. Oh my god.
Alright, what would your superpower outfit be?
With shadows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'd be so simple. It'd just be like white but with like little black cat shadows all over it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like Catwoman kind of look.
Oh yeah.
Because you can only control cat shadows.
Okay, then that. I'll choose that. I'll be Shadow Cat. Wasn't there already a Shadow Cat comic character? Shadow Cat?
Oh, I don't remember. But if you had to choose an outfit, it would be that one.
Yeah.
And then you just come out of the shadows and lick your paw like shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have a whip too, or what would be your
Weapon?
weapon? Yeah.
A pooper scooper.
Not kibble or whatever it is. Cat treats.
No. I mean, maybe that'll be my utility belt. Just
little bells, a little red pin light to get them to come towards you. Oh God.
A laser pointer.
Yeah.
And that's my signal, a laser pointer.
Yeah.
Or hold on, like a like, what is it?
Like Batman, but it's a cat.
But it's a real cat in a box, so I can actually teleport through there.
Yeah, I need that cat so I can get there.
Oh, that's my downfall. I can't be summoned if they remove all the cats.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Bummer.
that would suck for you. Especially if they did like that movie Isle of Dogs, but with cats. So then you're stuck on either you could be with society, but never use your power, or you can use your power, but you're going to be on an island full of cats. Sucks for you.
Yeah.
All right, so my outfit choice would be kind of like Hawk Girl. So
Oh, buff.
yeah.
Strong.
So I'll have that like gold looking helmet, my wings. My outfit will be tight. Okay, I'm gonna be bussin', and
what would your name be?
Buff Fairy.
Buff Fairy.
No, I'm just kidding. Flutterfly. Just kidding. Oh no. My weapon. Ask me what my weapon or my trusty little side piece would be.
What would your trusty weapon be?
Besides my mechanics that can move my arms when I'm tired, I want to be able to, like in that cartoon, just for a backup, especially if I get tired while flying. You know, Kite Guy from that Harley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I push a button and the kite thing comes out from my back wings or whatever. So I'm able to, like, chill, you know, not actually use my actual flying
and just, like,
power.
Float or coast the sky.
So I can recharge and be able to fly myself by flapping my arms.
Oh my gosh.
That would be my side piece, my little
oh my
weapon.
God, I'm just picturing you like just swole as fuck, flapping through. I'm coming. That's how you can land though. Just
you know
like
how
use
I'd
your
make
electrons
money?
to float down.
You know how I'd make money?
Jacking people off.
No.
Oh.
Muscle competitions.
Oh yeah. Arm wrestling.
Yeah,
Are those slap competitions?
Oh
gosh, you would kill someone.
I'd kill. Literally, your head will probably explode. I have to hold back.
Honestly. You just barely like give him a love tap, and that's like probably still too strong.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger would bow to me.
Honestly.
As his god.
She is my god.
My god. I'll be back.
I'm on my back.
I'm on my back.
Peg me, mother. Or whatever.
Hold on tight.
I'm just picturing you like, just splits him in half. I'm just picturing you like swollen buff on top, and then having this like
little
pitchy
chicken legs
chicken
like you.
legs and whatnot. Just beep, 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 beep.
Having your legs. Your little tiny legs.
Guys, she's reading me again. She's just
My
jealous.
grandma had that too when
She's
she
jealous.
was younger.
She's just jealous.
You can ask her. She literally, like, we would look at pictures and she's like, look at my chicken legs.
Oh my gosh. I want to do this again. Okay, pick another superpower.
Okay. Super speed, like Flash.
Ooh, super speed. Okay. So, you're super fast, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like how he always gets hungry.
Uh-huh.
You have to get railed to build up your energy to run fast.
And when I sleep with people, it's so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking slow-mo. Are you coming yet? Almost.
I'm
Can you
going
imagine?
as fast.
Can you imagine me riding
as I
dick?
can. Like slower than this sexy
yeah, and the
movie.
guy's just like, I'm not even hard. Oh my gosh.
You can't use a vibrator or a dildo. You have to have sex with
Actual
another
sex.
human.
So I have to be in a couple.
That would suck in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, like I'm like depleted and I have to go have sex. Sorry guys, I'm out. I gotta go fuck someone. I'll be back.
Tapping out.
I see the enemy and I'm like, do you have time? You want to go fight separately? Wink. In that Motel 6 over there? I'm just kidding.
You can release some anger.
You can pound me over there. Leave the mallet though, if you know what I mean.
Bring that one though.
Here, bring the downstairs one.
We saw it swinging earlier.
Oh my god, what would my name be?
What
would my outfit be? Because if I need to jump on dick quickly, I'm gonna need something to like.
It's a onesie, but it like unbuttons at the bottom, so it's like a snap,
So
like a kid's onesie.
It's like badass, but you look down and you're like, what the fuck's going on there? It's so I can unsnap it quickly and get my power back.
I gotta power through this.
Can you imagine though, like the guy's like, well, I'm really into foreplay first, and I'm like, God damn, I've been here for 5 years. I don't do foreplay. I have limited time, sir.
There are kids that I need to save in a burning building. I only got half of them out.
But it would suck because I am my best lover and I can make myself come like that. So it'd be hard. So I would think I would get a partner and teach him how to make me come super fast.
Mm-hmm. And you'd have to get like a position that they could do the work.
Yeah.
And they knew how to get it going. Like, you're not writing ever unless it's like personal time and you don't have to save the world.
Yeah. Like, if it's quick, I need to go. I'm going to be on my back. You're going to get in there, dick it, rub it, and the way I taught you so I can come and be fully recharged. And then you got to go because I can't let anything happen to you.
What I feel like this is like every chick's like, this is how we are though. Like, once we come, we have all this energy and the guys are like asleep, but we want to do stuff.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, you want to go again? And they're like, yeah, let me just close my eyes for a minute.
And you're like, well, I guess I'll go wash the dishes or something.
Or my favorite is you had them come and they're like, okay, it's you next, baby, and then they fucking fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. Or they give me like the sloppiest, weakest like head. You're like,
oh yeah.
Ugh.
Like, I gave you so much, and that's all you got? Next.
Weak.
All right, what would be your superpower so I can ruin it?
No, what is your handy weapon? Or,
oh,
like,
yeah.
helpful thing?
Okay, so...
And what is your name?
Quickly.
Oh my god.
Come quickly. Quickly come. I will. Thank you.
I'm trying.
I'm trying really hard. I guess it would have to be something bedroom related. Let's say, like, for example, if I really... So my thing is nipple play, right? So maybe I can have, like, my nipples pinched, so I have, like things that are already, like
nipple
getting me
clamps?
on. Yeah.
Nipple clamps?
But I want it to be, like, a magnetic one where I can just, like, slip it on real quick. Mm-hmm. Because who wants to really fight if they are, like, turned on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want it to be only when I need to come. So I want it to, like, I want to be able to take it out of my pocket and go, oh!
You're like the villain's favorite superhero to go up against. You have so many nemesis.
But yeah, so that would be my weapon.
Are you even really a villain?
Miss Quickly.
Miss Quickly.
Oh, there goes Miss Quickly. Don't know if she's going or coming.
Oh my god.
All right, what would you hear?
Well, I think from the nipple clamp, she's going.
It looks hard up there. I think she's coming.
She's cutting the wind with that speed. I'm almost out. All
right. What would be your power?
Oh, okay.
If you want, you can do the storm one. I'll ruin it for you.
No, I'm gonna save that for the next episode. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be a new thing. Ooh, like Rogue. Like, I can absorb your powers and take it on for like a certain amount of time.
Okay. You can take powers and, like, someone's power and absorb it for a certain amount of time. But it can only be from men.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And the only way you obtain it is by sucking dick, because you're already doing it already. Oh, I need your power. Give me your dick. Well, I think I feel it. Alright, what would your name be? Strictly Dickly? That's your slogan.
Strictly Dickly.
That's your, that would be your slogan. Strictly Dickly. I need it.
What is it?
Sucker. Sucker punch. Just like that thing, but, like, for you, it's...
Sucker. Oh my god.
For you, it's, suck 'em hard.
Wow, what? Well, shit, I'm
okay, while you're
screwed
thinking of their name, what would your weapon be? What would help you with your job? Cock ring?
No. I just need to suck the dick. I don't need to enjoy it.
Here's the thing. If you really need to suck it, it has to be hard. So what can you use to make someone hard real fast? So you can get your power and go, especially in battle.
Oh my god, a prostate massager.
Okay.
So like a little butt plug thingy that goes up and massages their prostate.
Just stick that in and you'll be good.
Either that or Viagra.
Pop that pill. So it's good for the entire fight.
Oh my god, so I'm like a literal rapist.
Succubus. But succubus, but suck a bitch.
Suck a bitch. I love it. I'm suck a bitch now, forever. Forever and always. I'm suck a bitch.
I can see it now. Your colors would be like creamy.
Like a creamy white and
latex.
Red and like a black. But like with like a prostate massager as a symbol or something.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, trademark. We're making sure it's like sucky bitch on the front and it's just her like looking menacingly but with her licking her lips and she's holding her prostate massager. And she's like
sucking powers.
And we're gonna have like a speedster shirt for you. She's what is it? What was your name again?
What was it? Miss Quickly. Is she coming or going?
Miss Quickly.
But coming like C-U-M-M-I. Is she coming or going?
Oh my god.
Trademark.
LLC. Sucky bitch. Oh, I love it. What would be my hairstyle though?
Well, it has to be pulled back.
Avi.
High ponytail because some guys like to be pulling your hair while you're doing it.
Right.
So I can see a high, like not Ariana Grande, but more like Kim Possible's, what is her name? Shiva? What's her name?
Shira?
What's her name?
Shigo.
So like Shigo, you know how she has that dark black?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, right? But in a ponytail. So you have that like bitch look, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Look right there. Like that wavy ass hair, but in a high ponytail. And you have these little wispies down.
Shigo ponytail.
I think she's had it in a ponytail too.
Oh, yes. I'm sucky bitch. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I love this. Oh my god.
Well, with that.
with that, Miss Quickly.
And Miss Sucky Bitch. Suck a
bitch. That concludes our first episode of
Between the Darkness. So for now, we're kind of merging it with Deeper Into the Dark. So of course, like, follow, and subscribe for Deeper Into the Dark.
Absolutely.
And we will be posting content along with Deeper Into the Dark for our podcast, as well as Between the Darkness.
Definitely.
And then who knows? Maybe other things will emerge from this. I don't know.
Yeah. If you guys want to participate in the whole superhero thing, from the powers that we selected, give us an idea of like what's the catch to that power. Maybe you can come up with something better.
Yeah, you can come up with another catch, an outfit, our weapon of choice, or the thing that helps us. Outfit name, slogan, go wild.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. I would love to. Fan art would be amazing. If you can make Suck a Bitch and Miss Quickly come to be. We both need to come. We both need coming for our power to work.
Why is everything sexual with us?
I don't know.
We're sexy bitches.
It's Traumahood.
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 Traumahood's in the house.
But yeah. So I think that'll be fun. So like, follow, share, subscribe, and let us know how you feel about this. If you're not down with our ranting, like we said, just skip it to the next one. But you can always let us know by emailing us or going to our website, deeperindark.com, or emailing us at deeperindark@gmail.com and letting us know your thoughts. And we'll take it into consideration into my shredder box. Just kidding.
Absolutely.
Kidding.
Well, thank you guys. Love you.
Love you.
See you
Bye.
on the next one. Bye.